beaming baby face of Alphonse Capone belied his profession of standover man, bootlegger, and gangster. Capone's organized crime syndicate was constantly at war with the feds, the Chicago police, and other criminals. Chicago in the 1920s was a place of violence and racketeering. New York-born Capone moved there to join Johnny Torrio's street gang, where he quickly became a valued member. The national law of prohibition, which banned the sale of alcohol, made illegal manufacture and supply of spirits a lucrative underworld industry. Capone became the gang leader in 1925, and his ruthless repression of other criminal groups took him to the top of the heap. The newly formed Federal Bureau of Investigation was desperate to indict him, but despite his connection to a number of murders, the wily criminal evaded their net. A Chicago Crime Commission named him as public enemy #1. But while violence was his trade, like many crime bosses, Capone tried to buy favor with the little people. He set up soup kitchens during the Depression and paid for a daily milk ration to be distributed to school children. He was also renowned for sending thousands of dollars worth of flowers to the funerals of opponents. The violence came to a head in 1929 with the notorious Valentine's Day Massacre, a hit engineered by Capone to take out associates of the Bugs Moran mob. Assassins posing as police gunned down 7 men in a garage, and although the crime was never officially solved, it's generally accepted that it was masterminded by Jack Machine Gun McGurn on Capone's orders. But Treasury agents Elliot Ness and Frank Wilson, known as the Untouchables for their imperviousness to payoffs, doggedly pursued Capone and other organized crime figures. As well as criminal charges, Ness was determined to have an impact on Capone's bottom line and reputation. By carrying out constant raids and destroying stills and liquor stockpiles, Ness made it harder and harder for Capone's outfit to keep up its promised bootleg supplies. In a blow to Capone's pride, Ness organized a convoy of shiny vehicles to parade past his headquarters, all of them confiscated from the mobster. Capone was outraged, and it was Ness who discovered the crude set of accounts during a warehouse raid that provided the evidence needed to send Capone to trial for tax evasion. Capone pleaded guilty to the offenses, then boasted to the newspapers that he'd struck a deal to serve just 2.5 years behind bars. However, he was in for a rude shock. At the sentencing, the judge informed him he wasn't bound by any deal. Capone quickly changed his plea to not guilty, and the matter went before a jury in 1931 that duly found the mobster guilty as charged. Capone was sentenced to 11 years in prison, fined $50,000, and charged $215,000 plus interest on back taxes. It was the beginning of the end for the gangster. Confined in the bleak world of Alcatraz prison, he developed dementia as a result of a syphilis infection and became paranoid and disoriented. On his release in 1939, Capone was transferred to a hospital for brain treatment before returning home. His mental capacity continued to worsen, and he never resumed his criminal activities, dying in 1947 at his estate in Florida.